going to start with the second one, which is around the
Mhm.
misconception of the meditation. For
Okay.
yesterday's session on the group, on Big Club group, we already shared the summary, what we covered yesterday. So just to
Okay.
recap, yes, yesterday we read the author is all mentioned about why bother, why people are not doing the meditation. Okay, most of the people, yes, 95% of the people are in outside world. Why someone will spend time on meditation? So yeah, please do read the summary, and the first chapter is very
Yeah.
quick. But
Yeah.
today,
Yeah.
yeah,
I'm
today we
really
will cover the
yeah.
second
Second
chapter,
one. Mm.
which is on the misconception one, which is again true. The way the book is written, I love, because yes, this misconception again takes a lot of people's energy just to understand why they are not able to do it. So yes, the very first step is very good to remove this misconception. People
Yeah.
give a very their energy or thinking process just to find these answers. So why not? So yeah, author definitely helps to resolve those particular misconception in a very first place. That's why. Okay, so
Mm.
I'm going to share the screen now, and yeah, once you want to start, then I will read, and then Samina.
You want me to share the screen, Milinji? I can do that too if you want me
Yeah,
to.
it's already
Otherwise,
shared.
if you're
Can you
comfortable, it's okay.
can
Yeah,
you
no problem. Yeah.
okay, yeah, start, and
You want me
then
to read?
please.
Okay, just give me a minute. Like I'm
Yeah,
just
yeah, yeah. Take your
settling.
time. Take your time. Take your time.
I don't know, few people who were there yesterday and day before not there, no?
They may
So
they
yeah,
may
I
they
just
may
dropped a
join little
message.
bit later. They may.
Yeah, yeah.
Or you want to message? That's fine again.
I dropped a message. Let's see.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. Fine. So, I mean, I do did share a few videos from the same author. Go through
Yeah.
it, and I will keep on sharing those videos. The
Yeah.
reason behind
Please.
that is very good to listen from the author. You know, then we
Mm.
go into his vibration. We try to understand from his perspective, and those videos are also just 5-7 minutes, not huge,
Oh,
45 minutes or one
very
hour.
nice.
But yeah,
Okay.
I love those type of videos just to ponder on the subject,
Mm.
how the author is written, in which
Sure.
particular perspective. That's the reason. And very first line at the very top of the book, it is written that it is this one is a masterpiece. This book, it's said by the Kabat-Zinn, and Kabat-Zinn is the pioneer in bringing the mindfulness in UK. Okay, I currently stay in UK for last 18 years,
Okay.
London. So I followed his meditation for many years now, and he bring
Mm.
this meditation, mindfulness meditation, into medicine. That is his contribution. You know, this MBSSR technique, mindfulness based stress reduction program. That is what he come up with, and my idea is to then take up one of his book. For the next reading. He explains mindfulness very nicely. So when we follow these people, who are the masters and the coach in this prime this thing, definitely our practice get improves. That's the whole idea.
Okay, I can read if you want me to
Please,
now.
please, yeah. I'm just waiting for you. Okay, just go ahead. Yeah,
Okay,
start.
okay. Yeah. Okay, I'll start. Misconception 1. Meditation is just a relaxation technique. A boogaboo here is the word just. Relaxation is a key component of meditation, but Vipassana style meditation aims at much loftier goal. The statement is essentially true for many other systems of meditation. All meditation procedures stress concentration of the mind, bringing the mind to rest on one item or one area of thought. Do it strongly and thoroughly enough, and you achieve a deep and blissful relaxation called jhana. I hope it is right.
Yeah. Of course.
It is the state of such supreme
Sorry,
tranquility that
sorry.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Okay, yeah, good, yeah.
It is a state of some such supreme tranquility that it amounts to rapture, a form of pleasure that lies above and beyond anything that can be experienced in the normal state of consciousness. Most systems stop right there. Jhana is the goal, And when you attain that, you simply repeat the experience for the rest of your life. Not so with Vipassana meditation. Vipassana seeks another goal, awareness. Concentration and relaxation are considered necessary concomitants to awareness. They are required precursors, handy tools, and beneficial byproducts. But they are not the goal. The goal is insight. Vipassana meditation is a profound religious practice aimed at nothing less than the purification and transformation of your everyday life. We will deal more thoroughly with the differences between concentration and insight in chapter 14. Misconception number 2. Meditation means going into a trance. Here again, the statement could be applied accurately to certain systems of meditation, but not to Vipassana. Insight meditation is not a form of hypnosis. You're not trying to black out your mind so as to become unconscious or trying to turn yourself into an emotionless vegetable. If anything, the reverse is true. You will become more and more attuned to your own emotional changes. You will learn to know yourself with ever greater clarity and precision. In learning this technique, certain states do occur that may appear trance like to the observer, but they are really quite the opposite. In hypnotic trance, the subject is susceptible to control by another party, whereas in deeper concentration, the meditator remains very much under his or her own control. The similarity is superficial, and in any case, the occurrence of this phenomenon is not the point of vipassana. As we have said, the deep concentration of jhana is simply a tool or stepping stone on the route to heightened awareness. Vipassana, by definition, is the cultivation of mindfulness or awareness. If you find that you are becoming unconscious in meditation, then you aren't meditating, according to the definition of that word as used in the Vipassana system. Misconception number 3. Meditation as a mysterious practice that cannot be understood. Here again, this is almost true, but not quite. Meditation deals with levels of consciousness that lie deeper than conceptual thought. Therefore, some of the experiences of meditation just won't fit into words. That does not mean, however, that meditation cannot be understood. There are deeper ways to understand things than by the use of words. You understand how to walk. You probably can't describe the exact order in which your nerve fibers and your muscles contract during that process. But you know how to do it. Meditation needs to be understood that same way by doing it. It is not something that you can learn in the abstract terms or something to be talked about. It is something to be experienced. Meditation is not a mindless formula that gives automatic and predictable results. You can never really predict exactly what will come up during any particular session. It is an investigation and an experiment, an adventure every time. In fact, this is so true that when you do reach a feeling of predictability and sameness in your practice, you can read that as an indication that you have gotten off track and are headed for stagnation. Learning to look at each second as if it were the first and only second in the universe is essential in Vipassana meditation. Anyone wants to read this? Otherwise, I can continue.
Yeah, continue, Mansi. We are just three of us. Then we'll ask Samina.
Yeah.
Then
Okay. Yeah, yeah, we are five now, no? Like there's some more
oh,
people.
okay, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, okay, fine.
No problem. Yeah. Misconception number 4. Anyone wants to read? Please write your name so I can give you give you the chance.
Yeah.
Misconception number 4. The purpose of meditation is to become psychic. No, the purpose of meditation is to develop awareness. Learning to read minds is not the point. Levitation is not the goal. The goal is liberation. There is a link between psychic phenomenon and meditation, but the relationship is complex. During early stages of the meditator's career, such phenomena may or may not arise. Some people may, yeah, scroll up,
Yeah, yeah,
Niranj.
yeah, yeah.
may experience some intuitive understanding or memories from past lives, others do not. In any case, these phenomena are not regarded as well developed and reliable psychic abilities, and they should not be given undue importance. Such phenomena are in fact fairly dangerous to new meditators in that they are quite seductive. They can be an ego trap, learning you right off the track. Your best approach is not to place any emphasis on this phenomenon. If they come up, that's fine. If they don't, that's fine too. There's a point in the meditator's career where he or she may practice special exercise to develop psychic powers. But this occurs far down the line. Only after the meditator has reached a very deep stage of jhana will she be advanced enough to work with such powers without the danger of their running out of control or taking over his or her life. The meditator will take then develop them strictly for the purpose of service to others. In most cases, this state of affairs occurs only after decades of practice. Don't worry about it. Just concentrate on developing more and more awareness. If voices and visions pop up, just notice them and let them go. Don't get involved. Misconception number 5. Meditation is dangerous and a prudent person should avoid it. Everything is dangerous. Walk across the street and you may get hit by a bus. Take a shower and you could break your neck. Meditate and you will probably dredge up various nasty matters from your past. The suppressed material that has been buried for quite some time can be scary, but exploring it is also highly profitable. No activity is entirely without risk, but that does not mean that we should wrap ourselves in a protective cocoon. That is not living, but is premature death. The way to deal with danger is to know approximately how much of it there is, where it is likely to be found, and how to deal with it when it arises. That is the purpose of this manual. Vipassana is development of awareness. That in itself is not dangerous. On the contrary, increased awareness is a safeguard against danger. Probably done, Properly done, meditation is a very gentle and gradual process. Take it slow and easy, and the development of your practice will occur very naturally. Nothing should be forced. Later, when you are under the close scrutiny and protective wisdom of a competent teacher, you can accelerate your rate of growth by taking a period of intensive meditation. In the beginning, though easy does it, work gently and everything will be fine. Misconception number 6. Meditation is for saints and sadhus, not for regular people. This attitude is very prevalent in Asia, where monks and holy men are accorded an enormous amount of ritualized reverence, somewhat akin to the American attitude of idealizing movie stars and baseball heroes. Such people are stereotyped, made larger than life, and saddled with all sorts of characteristics that few human beings can ever live up to. Even in the West, we share some of this attitude about meditation. We expect the meditator to be an extraordinarily pious figure in whose mouth butter would never dare to melt. A little personal contact with such people will quickly dispel this illusion. They usually prove to be people of enormous energy and gusto, who live their lives with amazing vigor. It is true, of course, that most holy men meditate, but they don't meditate because they are holy men. That is backward. They are holy men because they meditate. Meditation is how they got there, and they started meditating before they become holy. Otherwise, they would not be holy. This is an important point. A sizable number of students seem to feel that a person should be completely moral before beginning to meditate. It is an unworkable strategy. Morality requires a certain degree of mental control as a prerequisite. You can't follow any set of moral precepts without at least a little self control, and if your mind is perpetually spinning like a fruit cylinder in a slot machine, self control is highly unlikely. So, mental culture has to come first. There are three integral factors in Buddhist meditation: morality, concentration, and wisdom. These three factors grow together as your practice deepens. Each one influences the other, so you cultivate the three of them at once, not separately. When you have the wisdom to truly understand a situation, compassion towards all parties involved is automatic, and compassion means that you automatically restrain yourself from any thought, word, or deed that might harm yourself or others. Thus, your behavior is automatically moral. It is only when you don't understand things deeply that you create problems. If you fail to see the consequences of your actions, you will blunder. The person who waits to become totally immoral before he begins to meditate is waiting for a situation that will never arise. The ancient sages say this person is like a man waiting for the ocean to become calm so that he can take a bath. To understand this relationship more fully, let us propose that there are levels of morality. The lowest level is adherence to a set of rules and regulations laid down by somebody else. It could be your favorite prophet, it could be the state, the head of your tribe, or a parent. No matter who generates the rules, all you have to do at this level is know the rules and follow them. A robot can do that. Even a trained chimpanzee could do it. If the rules were simple enough and he was smacked with a stick every time he broke one. This level requires no meditation at all. All you need are the rules and somebody to swing the stick. The next level of morality consists of obeying the same rules even in the absence of somebody who will smack you. You obey because you have internalized the rules. You smack yourself every time you break one. This level requires a bit of mind control. But if your thought pattern is chaotic, your behavior will be chaotic too. Mental cultivation reduces mental chaos. There is a third level of morality, which might better be termed as ethics. This level is a quantum leap, but the scale from the first two levels, a complete shift in orientation. At the level of ethics, a person does not follow hard and fast rules dictated by authority. A person chooses to follow a path dictated by mindfulness, wisdom, and compassion. This level requires real intelligence and an ability to juggle all the factors in every situation to arrive at unique, creative, and appropriate response each time. Furthermore, the individual making these decisions need to have dug him or herself out of a limited personal viewpoint. The person has to see the entire situation from an objective point of view, giving equal weight to his or her own needs and these and those of others. In other words, he or she has to be free from greed, hatred, envy, and all the other selfish junk that ordinarily keeps us from seeing the other person's side of the issue. Only then can he or she choose the precise set of actions that will be truly optimal for the situation, for that situation. This level of morality absolutely demands meditation unless you were born a saint. There is no other way to acquire the skill. Furthermore, the sorting process required at this level is exhausting. If you try to juggle all those factors in every situation with your conscious mind, you overload yourself. The intellect just can't keep them that many balls in the air at once. Luckily, a deeper level of consciousness can do this sort of processing with ease. Meditation can accomplish the sorting process for you. It is an eerie feeling. One day you have got a problem. Let's say to handle Uncle Herman's latest divorce. It looks absolutely unsolvable, an enormous muddle of maybes and would give King Solomon himself a headache. The next day, you are washing the dishes, thinking about something else entirely, and suddenly the solution is there. It just pops out of the deep mind, and you say, aha, and the whole thing is solved. This sort of intuition can only occur when you disengage the logic circuits from the problem and give the deep mind the opportunity to cook up the solution. The conscious mind just gets in the way. Meditation teaches you how to disentangle yourself from the thought process. It is the mental art of stepping out of your own way, and that's a pretty useful skill in everyday life. Meditation is certainly not an irrelevant practice strictly for aesthetics and hermits. It is a practical skill that focuses on everyday events and has immediate application in everybody's life. Meditation is not otherworldly. Unfortunately, this very fact constitutes the drawback of certain students. They enter the practice expecting instantaneous cosmic revelation, complete with angelic chores. What they usually get is a more efficient way to take out the trash and better ways to deal with Uncle Herman. They are needlessly disappointed. The thrash solution comes first. The voices of archangels take a bit longer. Okay, misconception number 7. Anyone wants to take up any names? I did not see. Okay,
Yeah,
no
Mansi,
names.
can I?
Yeah, please go on. Yeah.
Yeah, misconception number 7. Meditation is running away from reality. Incorrect. Meditation is running straight into reality. It does not insulate you from the pain of life, but rather allows you to delve so deeply into life and all its aspects that you pierce the pain barrier and go beyond suffering. Vipassana is a practice done with the specific intention of facing reality, to fully experience life just as it is, and to cope with exactly what you find. It allows you to blow aside the illusions of free yourself from all the polite little lies you tell yourself all the time. What is there. You are who you are, and lying to yourself about your own weaknesses and motivations only binds you tighter to them. Vipassana meditation is not an attempt to forget yourself or to cover up your troubles. It is learning to look at yourself exactly as you are, to see what is there and accept it fully. Only then can you change it. Misconception number 8. Meditation is a great way to get high. Well, yes and no. Meditation does produce lovely, blissful feelings sometimes, but they are not the purpose and they don't always occur. Furthermore, if you do meditation with that purpose in mind, they are less likely to occur than if you just meditate for the actual purpose of meditation, which is increased awareness. Bliss results from relaxation, and relaxation results from release of tension. Seeking bliss from meditation introduces tension into the process, which blows the whole chain of events. It is a catch 22. You can only experience bliss if you don't chase after it. Euphoria is not the purpose of meditation. It will often arise, but should be regarded as a byproduct. Still, it is a very pleasant side effect, and it becomes more and more frequent the longer you meditate. You won't hear any disagreement about this from advanced practitioners. Misconception number 9. Meditation is selfish. It certainly looks that way. There sits the meditator parked on a little cushion. Is she out donating blood? No. Is she busy working with disaster victims? No. But let us examine her motivation. Why is she doing this? The meditator's intention is to purge her own mind of anger, prejudice, and ill will, and she is actively engaged in the process of getting rid of greed, tension, and insensitivity. Those are the very items that obstruct her compassion for others until they are gone. Any good works that she does are likely to be just an extension of her own ego and of no real help in the long run. in the name of health is one of the oldest games. The Grand Inquisitor of the Spanish Inquisition spouted the loftiest of motives. The solemn witchcraft trials were conducted for the public good. Examine the personal lives of advanced meditators, and you will often find them engaged in humanitarian service. You will seldom find them as crusading missionaries who are willing to sacrifice certain individuals for the sake of a supposedly pious idea. The fact is that we are more selfish than we know. The ego has a way of turning the loftiest activities into trash if it is allowed free range. Through meditation, we become aware of ourselves exactly as we are by waking up to the numerous subtle ways that we our own act out our own selfishness. Then we truly begin to be genuinely selfless. Cleaning yourself of selfishness is not a selfish activity. Misconception number 10: when you meditate, you sit around thinking lofty thoughts. Wrong again. There are certain systems of contemplation in which this sort of thing is done, but that is not vipassana. Vipassana is the practice of awareness. Awareness of whatever is there, be it supreme truth or trivial trash. What is there? Is there? Of course, lofty thoughts may arise during your practice. They are certainly not to be avoided, neither are they to be sought. They are just pleasant side effects. Vipassana is a simple practice. It consists of experiencing your own life events directly, without preferences and without mental images pasted onto them. Vipassana is seeing your life unfold from moment to moment without biases. What comes up? Comes up? It is very simple. Misconception number 11. Tell a couple of weeks of meditation and all my problems will go away. Sorry, meditation is not a quick cure all. You will start seeing changes right away, but really profound effects are years down the line. That is just the way the universe is constructed. Nothing worthwhile is achieved overnight. Meditation is tough in some respects, requiring a long discipline and a sometimes painful process of practice. At each sitting, you gain some results, but they are often very subtle. They occur deep within the mind and only manifest much later. And if you are sitting there constantly looking for huge, instantaneous changes, you will miss the subtle shifts altogether. You will get discouraged, give up, and swear that no such changes could ever occur. Patience is the key. Patience. If you learn nothing else from meditation, you will learn patience. Patience is essential for any profound change. Chapter 3: what meditation is. Meditation is a word, and words are used in different ways by different speakers. This may seem like a trivial point, but it is not. It is quite important to distinguish exactly what a particular speaker means by the words he or she uses. Probably every culture on earth has produced some sort of mental practice that could be termed meditation. It all depends on how loose a definition you give to that word. The techniques worldwide are enormously varied, but We will make no attempt to survey them. There are other books for that. For the purpose of this volume, we will restrict our discussion to those practices best known to Western audiences and most often associated with the term meditation. Within the Judeo Christian tradition, we find two overlapping practices called prayer and contemplation. Prayer is a direct address to a spiritual entity. Contemplation is a prolonged period of conscious thought about a specific topic, usually a religious, idle, or scriptural passage. From the standpoint of mental cultivation, both of these activities are exercises in concentration. The normal deluge of conscious thought is restricted, and the mind is brought to one conscious area of operation. The results are those you find in any concentrative practice: deep calm, a psychological slowing of the metabolism, and a sense of peace and well being. Out of the Hindu tradition comes yogic meditation, which is also purely concentrative. The traditional basic exercises consist of focusing the mind on a single object, a stone, a candle flame, a syllable, or whatever, and not allowing it to wander. Having acquired the basic skill, the yogi proceeds to expand his practice by taking on more complex objects of meditation: chants, colorful religious images, energy channels in the body, and so forth. Still, no matter how complex the object of meditation, the meditation itself remains purely an exercise in concentration. Within the Buddhist tradition, concentration is also highly valued, but a new element is added and more highly stressed: the element of awareness. All Buddhist meditation aims at the development of awareness, using concentration as a tool toward that end. The Buddhist tradition is very wide, however, and there are several diverse routes to this goal. Zen meditation uses two separate tracks. The first is the direct plunge into awareness by sheer force of will. You sit down and you just sit, meaning that you toss out of your mind everything except pure awareness of sitting. This sounds very simple. It is not. A brief trial will demonstrate just how difficult it really is. The second Zen approach, used in the Rinzai school, is that of tricking the mind out of conscious thought and into pure awareness. This is done by giving a student an unsolvable riddle, which he must solve nonetheless, and by placing him in a horrendous training situation. Since he cannot escape from the pain of the situation, he must flee into a pure experience of the moment. There is now nowhere else to go. Zen is tough. It is effective for many people, but it is really tough. Another stratagem, tantric Buddhism, is merely the reverse. Conscious thought, at least the way we usually do it, is the manifestation of ego, the you that you usually think that you are. Conscious thought is tightly connected with self concept. Conscious thought is tightly connected with self concept. The self concept or ego is nothing more than a set of reactions and mental images that are artificially pasted to the flowing process of pure awareness. Tantra seeks to obtain pure awareness by destroying this ego image. This is accomplished by a process of visualization. The student is given a particular religious image to meditate upon. For example, one of the deities from the Tantric pantheon. She does this in so thorough a fashion that she becomes that entity. She takes off her own identity and puts on another. This takes a while, as you might imagine, but it works. During the process, she is able to watch the way in which the ego is constructed and put in place. She comes to recognize the arbitrary nature of all egos, including her own, and she escapes from bondage to the ego. She is left in a state where she may have an ego if she so chooses, either her own or whichever other she might wish, or she can do without one. Result: pure awareness. Tantra is not exactly a piece of cake either. Vipassana is the oldest Buddhist meditation practices. The method comes directly from the Satipatthana Sutta, a discourse attributed to the Buddha himself. Vipassana is a direct, gradual cultivation of mindfulness or awareness. It proceeds piece by piece over a period of years. One's attention is carefully directed to an intense examination of certain aspects of one's own existence. The meditator is trained to notice more and more of the flow of life experience. Vipassana is a gentle technique, but it also is very, very thorough. It is an ancient and codified system of training your mind, a set of exercises dedicated to the purpose of becoming more and more aware of your own life experience. It is an attentive listening, mindful seeing, and careful testing. It is attentive listening, mindful seeing, and careful testing. We learn to smell acutely. We learn to smell acutely, to touch fully, and really pay attention to the changes taking place in all these experiences. We learn to listen to our own thoughts without being caught up in them. The object of Vipassana practice is to learn to see the truths of impermanence, unsatisfactoriness, and selflessness of phenomena. We think we are doing this already, but that is an illusion. It comes from the fact that we are paying so little attention to the ongoing surge of our own life experiences that we might just as well be asleep. We are simply not paying enough attention to notice that we are not paying attention. It is another catch 22. Through the process of mindfulness, we slowly become aware of what we really are. Down below the ego image, we wake up to what life really is. It is not just a parade of ups and downs, lollipops and smacks on the wrist. That is an illusion. Life has a much deeper texture than that if we bother to look, and if we look in the right way. Vipassana is a form of mental training that will teach you to experience the world in an entirely new way. You will learn for the first time what is truly happening to you, around you, and within you. It is a process of self discovery, a participatory investigation in which you observe your own experiences while participating in them. The practice must be approached with this attitude: never mind what I have been taught. Forget about theories and prejudice and stereotypes. I want to understand the true nature of life. I want to know what this experience of being alive really is. I want to apprehend the true and deepest qualities of life. And I don't want to just accept somebody else's explanation. I want to see it for myself. If you pursue your meditation practice with this attitude, you will succeed. You will find yourself observing things objectively, exactly as they are, flowing and changing from moment to moment. Life then takes on an unbelievable richness that cannot be described. It has to be experienced. The Pali term for insight meditation is Vipassana Bhavana. Bhavana comes from the root word bhu, which means to grow or to become. Therefore, bhavana means to cultivate, and the word is always used in reference to the mind. Bhavana means mental cultivation. Vipassana is derived from two roots. Pasana means seeing or perceiving. Vi is a prefix with a complex set of connotations that can be roughly translated as in a special way and also into and through a special way. The whole meaning of the word vipassana is looking into something with clarity and precision, seeing each component as distinct and piercing all the way through, through to perceive the most fundamental reality of that thing. This process leads into insight into the basic reality of whatever is being examined. Put these words together, and Vipassana Bhavana means the cultivation of the mind towards the aim of seeing in the special way that leads to insight and full understanding. In Vipassana meditation, we cultivate this special way of seeing life. We train ourselves to see reality exactly as it is, and we call this special mode of perception mindfulness. This process of mindfulness is really quite different from what we usually do. We usually do not look into what is actually there in front of us. We see life through a screen of thoughts and concepts, and we mistake those mental objects for reality. We get so caught up in the endless thought stream that reality flows by unnoticed. We spend our time engrossed in activity, caught up in an eternal pursuit of pleasure and gratification, and eternal flight from pain and unpleasantness. We spend all of our energies trying to make ourselves feel better, trying to bury our fears, endlessly seeking security. Meanwhile, the world of real experience flows by untouched and untasted. In Vipassana meditation, we train ourselves to ignore the constant impulses to be more comfortable, and we dive into reality instead. The irony of it is that real peace comes only when you stop chasing it. Another catch 22. When you relax your driving desire for comfort, real fulfillment arises. When you drop your hectic pursuit of gratification, the real beauty of life comes out. When you seek to know reality without illusion, complete with all its pain and danger, real freedom and security will be yours. This is not a doctrine we are trying to drill into you. It is an observable reality, something you can something you can and should see for yourself. Buddhism is 2500 years old, and any thought system of such vintage has time to develop layers and layers of doctrine and ritual. Nevertheless, the fundamental attitude of Buddhism is intensively empirical and anti authoritarian. Gautama the Buddha was a highly unorthodox individual and a real anti traditionalist. He did not offer his teaching as a set of dogmas, but rather as a set of propositions for each individual to investigate for him or herself. His invitation to one and all was come and see. One of the things he said to his followers was, place no head above your own. By this, he meant, don't just accept somebody else's word, see for yourself. We want you to apply this attitude to every word you read in this manual. We are not making statements that you should accept merely because we are authorities in the field. Blind faith has nothing to do with this. These are experiential realities. Learn to adjust your mode of perception according to instructions given in the book. You will see for yourself that only that will provide grounds for your faith. Essentially, insight meditation is a practice of investigate personal discovery. Having said this, we will present here a very short synopsis of some of the key points of Buddhist philosophy. We make no attempt to be true. Okay, should we continue or should we stop?
Yeah, I think it's almost 4:30, so I think we can discuss for a
Mm,
few minutes maybe. This is my suggestion.
yeah, please tell.
Yeah,
Yeah,
even
yeah,
I
we'll
think we
stop here.
can.
Yeah.
Melindy, is it okay?
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. Yeah, we'll stop here. If anyone wants to add anything, what are the key takeaways from today's session for you? We have 10 minutes.
Yeah,
Manishji?
Melindy, I think my suggestion is, we should practice, like when we are reading, we should practice meditation, maybe one practice or something. This is my suggestion because most of the things we read,
Sound
we
good.
know that. So I think we should have some practice also with that to make the session more effective. This is my suggestion. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, Manish, yeah, only the whole idea of this reading session is everyone wants to continue this reading, like morning reading and afternoon. So that's why this thing. For meditation, actual meditation, yes, we need to conduct some separate session because last time, yes, I started it. You were there for one Sunday, but then in the evening as well. So there is no that kind of attendance. So what we prefer is that yeah, everyone do their practice individually. But yes, if people are ready, members are ready, then definitely we'll introduce some timings every day or weekly meditation so that we'll actually jump into actual meditation as well, because I completely agree that reading is one part of this thing which builds our understanding, but practice is what is required. So yeah, yeah, I agree with you, but I think we need to uh, set a poll and check, you know.
And one more thing is, like few people are attending or more people are attending. I think we should not focus on that because I feel we cannot serve food to people who are not willing to eat.
Not
So
willing to.
whatever number of people we are, like 5, 10, 4, 3, whatever, I
Yeah,
think it doesn't make a difference to me.
yeah, yeah,
What we need to do, like,
yeah. Definitely, I'll
waiting
consider
for
that.
people,
Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely, I will consider that. This thing. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Anyone else from today's session? Your takeaway? Samina ji.
Okay, I can add. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, go
Anyone
ahead.
else? Yeah, Deepika, ji? Deepika, Samina, you want to say something? Any insights? So personally, I loved how he is helping us start from the basics, what meditation isn't and what meditation is. So I think I got a lot of my misconceptions addressed, because all the 12 misconceptions that was shared was beautiful. So I
Mhm.
loved, like, because that's how people assume it, right? And many a times that's how we start with these things. We expect something in return, like we expect an experience or something like that. But now, like, reading this and understanding from sometimes what you have shared also, Milinji, and many people here, that I now know that you have to go into this with no expectation actually, and you have to just be very much open and with a lot of surrender and faith to experience it. And I always had this thought since the beginning of the book, that why is the author talking about meditation so much when the book is titled Mindfulness. But now he is coming to the point and he is actually linking mindfulness to meditation, and that's how it helps me even understand it better. So yeah, I'm overall liking it, the flow and everything. So yeah, thank you for choosing this book, Milinji.
Awesome, awesome, Mansi. Thanks for actually saying this, that it is clearing your doubts, because when I enter into this book or my meditation practice, or when I started understanding meditation, what's it all about, definitely the very first thing comes is all this misconception. And wherever he used this word catch 22, definitely I'm going to read those lines again and again, because that is how we hold our beliefs. Everyone around us hold those beliefs, and he says that the actual reality is totally different. Okay, that is what catch 22 is. And yes, we need to understand that, we need to experience that through our meditation practice. The very good thing which he did in this chapter, and I will tell you why. He differentiate between what is the concentration, what is the contemplation, what is the realization, what is the meditation. These are all four different topics, all different methods and different tools and techniques. Okay, but many times you will hear for many coach or teachers, all this thing, they use these words interchangeably. Okay, because I attended one of the weight loss program, the whole meditation session was on concentration, focusing on candle. Okay, so when you do the concentration, that is focusing, that means actually you focus all your mental energy on one this thing, which this author very nicely explained. But that is concentration, that is not at all meditation. But okay, who is going to tell that? But people take this term. For example, if you he talk about euphoria, if you see a big concerts like music concert, Michael Jackson or Taylor Swift or any, like I'm in London, so in O2, big this thing. So when you go to this concert, definitely you are totally in different zone, because of the music, because of the lighting and everything, and you are beyond your world, because there is no your life problems are not there, because you are enjoying that show. So people feel that meditation is like trance. That is also he covered. So he covered all those bases, and this is the right. Actually, I really love the differentiation. And then in that way, I'm very clear in my mind that concentration, trance, hypnosis is not at all meditation. Meditation is totally beyond it. And he explained that it this thing very nicely. And again, if you observe throughout the word, throughout this today's session, he used the word awareness every time. And that is what I love about this book, because the definition of meditation is a practice of awareness. Okay, and that is what we are building throughout, which are how much time you spend on meditation, 1 minute, 2 minute, 5 minute, 45 minutes, all this is building your awareness. Okay, and if do we have time, right? Can I share a quick story? Is that okay?
Yes, 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 yes.
Basically, I love stories, because it is very easy to then interpret the point. And then if you go away with the story, and when you ponder on that story, then you will realize what meditation gives you. Because again, this subject or this topic you can't just express in words. But yeah, story helps. Okay, so in this story, there is this kingdom, and the king is very strict, is very, very powerful, very, very powerful. And he asked, there is this his coronation program, and he invited a lot big kings from different countries, into his kingdom. And he asked his tailor to make a suit, a dress for that particular coronation program, okay, which he put the condition that it should be beyond the world, everyone should be praise me for that particular dress, and otherwise he said that I will punish you for this one. And this tailor, he's again king's tailor, so much of experience, so many years of experience. But then he got literally very, very tense, that how I'm going to bring such a dress to the king for his coronation, that everyone should praise and this and that, he really, really tense, because there is no such material available, because every material he used before. So definitely he knows he's going to kill me, he's going to punish me in that way. But then at very last day of the, very day of the coronation, he goes to the king with a nice box with the dress, in front of everyone. Then kings ask him that, now show me the dress for the coronation. So the tailor opens the box. He takes the dress out. Actually, there is no dress there. Okay, it is no. But he act in such a way that he's holding the dress, and he's giving it to the king. Okay, so what happened is that he says that to king, saying that, see, this is the dress. This is invisible dress, and it is so beautiful. Now the king, in front of everyone, he can't say that I'm full, right? He said that, oh, really nice dress, so I need to wear this. Okay, in actually reality, there is no dress. But then what king does, he wear that dress. He actually becomes naked, and he wears that particular dress. And he says, oh, I love this particular dress. And since king says that he loves the dress, all the people around in that particular court, they also said that, oh, you are looking really pretty, you are looking really nice. So king said, I'm really, really good in this particular dress. So he ride on an elephant and take a ride in a town. Okay, now see, in this story, everyone knows that he is naked, but no one dares to tell that king, because he is a king, right? Otherwise he will punish, and everyone start praising his dress. Okay, and in that crowd there is a boy of 10 years old. He shouts out that king is naked. Okay, now in this particular story, if you see why this 10-year old boy had dared to say that the king is naked, that is what we are seeing in this world around. There is a fake this thing all around us, but no one dares. But when this boy of a fresh eye comes, he immediately spot out. There is no need to tell that the king is naked, but all others are people, or the kingdoms and all this. They are not that daring to do it because of the fear based. Their mind is occupied with the fear. Okay. Now I treat this boy. This is the pure awareness. So when you start meditating, okay, this pure awareness comes to you. You do not have to practice at all. Okay, but it comes to you, and with this awareness, when you go into the world, okay, then you really, really, the answer comes to you. You know how, I mean, I really, really love this thing, because in office, in this thing, when you talk to the people, when you see the people, when you see the people preaching and all that, immediately this awareness, this inside wisdom, that is what he called, like concentration, wisdom, um, what he mentioned, that wisdom comes to you. You immediately come to know that how that person is, and whether he's talking true or no. This wisdom comes to you, this awareness comes to you. So yeah, so I really love what author shared today. And definitely I will practice this, and I will definitely read those 12 means conversation again and again, because I don't want that into my life. And I will go and do my practice. Thank you everyone for your time. Yeah, extra 6 minutes. Anyone else want to share? Hello.
Yes, someone please add any of your takeaways, please. Yeah, yep, Deepika ji.
Yeah, yeah. Thank you. Thank you so much, Melanji, and everyone for this beautiful reading session. Yeah. Today's topic was uh, awesome. The misconception, yes. as Mansi said, that we end up landing so much misconceptions about meditation that it is going to give us peace immediately, or it is going to calm down, it is going to give experiences or bliss. But the author is saying that yes, those misconceptions got buried out today, that it's a gradual process, and all these will be the byproduct, but we have to we have to go with our pace, and we will feel these experiences later on. And mm, the way the author said, and after these misconceptions also, what is meditation and those about vipassana techniques and what all meditation is going to bring in your life, that clarity, wisdom, awareness. So all these words were very, very important. And yes, the catch 22 wala jo hai, I also like those lines, that we have to remember ourselves again and again, that these are the things which we have to keep in our minds. And one thing more, the author also focuses on a word chant. So in later stages, meditation is chanting is also a form of meditation. I just get to know this from the reading also. Okay, the chanting is also part of a meditation only. So because it brings, we can chant only when we are in the awareness state. The word, all the saints says that the chanting should be swas by swas. Every swas you have to take the name of divine. So if you are not aware of, if you are not in the awareness, the chanting cannot be done uh, in this manner. Swas by swas, swas from Japna, what we called it. So wonderful reading. Thank you so much. And Melinji, you have shared a beautiful story, and you said about that the concerts and music shows, and you are in London, so I'm just putting off to you that have you ever gone to the concert of Radhika Das?
No, no, no. If there is any
No?
this thing, then definitely I will attend that. This
Yeah,
thing.
yeah,
Yeah,
I will share one video of them,
please, please. Yeah,
and it's an amazing. They chant on that Hare Krishna and Radhe Govinda,
yeah.
and the environment becomes so awesome that
Mm-hmm.
I really love his song, his chanting, concerts and all those. So I will definitely share. And if you get any opportunity, you must attend that
Yeah,
and share your
definitely because
experience. Yeah.
definitely, definitely. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Deepika, you nicely connected the chanting to this thing. Yes, author also mentioned this word chant, and yeah, in future time allows, or we'll have a special session, because yes, this from our tradition, this technique. I can't say, I don't want to use this word technique, but yeah, chanting definitely part of the meditation. And in our tradition, yeah, as you mentioned, it is a concert. Again, that word concert is mainly used for the main big musical concerts and all that. But in our tradition, the bhajans and all that, if you do, it actually takes you beyond yourself, isn't it? And that is what all the meditation is all about. Because once in that concert or in Naam, when you go beyond yourself, you realize that whatever my problems and all that, those are just those are futile. There is no point in wasting my energy there. But that only happens when you are at that higher vibrations, and it is good if you attain those type of this thing where that energy or that vibration takes you to that this thing, which normally doesn't happen outside. But definitely with your practice at home, you can go up to that level, you know. Yeah, but thank touching that. Definitely, I also love to connect these dots with our tradition, what we are already in, and chanting is one of it. Thank you for sharing.
And Milanji, and
Yes.
Beautiful.
earlier I thought,
Sorry.
hello.
Yeah,
Yes.
Manish.
Yeah, Milinji, remember I talked to you that we need to have a list of meditation practices and associated benefits.
Yes, yes,
And
yes.
because uh, I think the best thing to learn is to practice it actually.
Yeah, yeah,
And
yeah,
how to activate the vagus nerve and things like that. I think vagus nerve connect to your entire body actually. It is connected to the entire body organs. And
yeah,
I think I'm I'm very curious to know about it fully and practice it.
yeah, yeah,
I think we can create a list of meditation practices and the associated benefits, and maybe some kind of a video link of every practice that okay how we can do that, so that we can start doing that, and we can create a schedule also like how we can do that, maybe in a week's time or every day or like whatever you suggest. So I was curious to know detail on that, like what I just asked you.
yeah, yeah, yeah. We will discuss this whatever your suggestion, Manishi, in detail. I don't want to take a lot of time today's session, but I have a I have a totally separate answer on this one. What you asked for, but yeah, we will discuss that in later session. Now it's already 15 minutes extra. Yeah, yeah, we'll discuss that. Okay. Anyone else? Otherwise, we are good to this thing. Stop today. Yeah, Mansi, all good.
Yeah, yeah, all good, Vinod.
Okay,
Okay.
perfect. Yeah, cheers, cheers.
Thank you. Thank you,
Yeah,
everyone.
thank you, everyone. Thanks for your time. Yeah, thank you.
Yeah,
See you
thank you.
tomorrow.
Thank you and all the best. Yeah,
Bye bye.
bye.
Thank you, Manish. Thank you, Deepika ji. Thank you. Bye bye. Bye bye.
Mansi? Hello, Mansi?
Yes, hi Deepika. Yeah, tell me.
Yeah, hello, Sri. Yeah. I will just share one video with you right now. So I think I'm not the admin in the group, so I cannot post the video in the
Oh,
group.
you
Do
can.
you?
It's open to all for posting.
Nee, it is not allowing me. I think it is giving me the message you are not the admin. Mm,
No, no,
I
but it
think.
is not like the group is never restricted to post for admins only, Deepika. Just check once again. If not,
Mhm.
I'll make the arrange like this thing. I don't know if there are some changes done. Let me see. So let me
Nee,
see if
it
there
is
is something.
not. Cannot send. Not an admin. It is saying me.
Oh, but people keep sending messages who are not admin. I don't know why. Which group are you trying to send it in?
B Club Books wala betterment. uh,
No, it is open, Deepika. I don't know why is that a problem. Let me check. Let me see. Uh, I'll just check the settings or something.
I'm just sending to
Yeah,
you. No, no worries, no worries. Just send that video. And this is just for that the concert which I was
yeah,
talking it about. And you also must listen this. It is an amazing
yeah. I will.
experience.
I will. In fact, I was curious when you shared about it. So yeah, yeah, I will,
Yeah.
and in fact, I'll also make the changes so this should not happen again. So let me see what's the problem. Yeah.
Hmm. So
Thank you for
I've
sharing.
okay, Ji,
Yeah.
okay.
Thank you. Bye bye.
Bye. Bye.